You're getting milk in her hair. To you. Oh gosh, you're adorable. What are you doing?
Yeah. Will you scare them when they get stiff and fall over?
Like people come in here and walk through and feed them.
Okay, we're taking a tour
Gate's been here a
with
while.
JoJo today of the New York Farm Girls.
Tim's pumpkin patch.
Tim's
right
pumpkin
now.
patch, yes. So it's exciting. It's not open yet, but we're gonna get a first glance tour. Babe, I need a pumpkin like that in my yard.
No way.
Can you build me one for
I'll buy that one and make it a house for
fall?
you.
What?
I'll make it a house for you.
Okay. This is the goat walkway, y'all. Look at these cute little goats. And they can just walk over that. That is so cute. Hey, little goatie. Hey, little goatie. Hey. 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 He's like, nope, I don't want to say hi. I thought you had the keys to everything. I thought we were getting like, I thought we were getting an all access.
That'd be the best tour ever.
Yeah, I thought we were getting all access tour.
We just remodeled it like 3 years ago.
Did Tim build all these tables?
No, Dusty's dad did.
Who's Dusty?
Evelyn's husband.
Okay. What about the tractor, the wooden tractor there?
My dad built that.
Oh, that's cool.
Didn't even notice
Welcome to
one.
Tim's.
You got an old eagle eye, huh?
You gotta check the place out.
It's messy, but
I'm coming back.
Got the concrete wood floor.
Cody, you're bringing me back for like a weekend in New York. I'm not joking.
These candles.
yeah. There's a bunch of gift stuff and then like a pie right here. And
Shopping is not open yet, boys. Can't shop yet.
Just window shopping.
Oh, okay.
Berries and cream. That smells pretty good.
then my mom will make like different companies have.
So is this your mom's baby, or is this something y'all put into and said, "Mom, we need you to run it"? Y'all hired her to be the.
So cute.
What about the spider?
Like,
That
See the
is.
spider, Erica?
What? Oh, I didn't even see the spider. So is the spider and the witch up there all year long?
yeah, we don't really.
Is it
Yeah.
weird to have a witch and a spider up all year long when you live here?
So what is that? Spray foam?
No?
Not really.
Okay.
Spray foam. So what's all the wheelbarrows? Is that how y'all harvest the pumpkins? Is wheelbarrows at one wheelbarrow at a time?
No, the people take the wheelbarrows out to the field
And pick their own?
and pick their own and then bring them back.
Do you sell pumpkins by the piece or by the pound?
By the like pumpkins, so like they go to like $1 to $5. It just depends on size.
How many variations are there?
88.
She's like, don't ask me about anything but cows.
70-ish, I think.
Okay. We'll check with Tim when this airs and see if you're correct.
Your dad stole it and just put it on there and didn't tell
I
her?
think we did. Actually.
Oh yeah?
Let's just leave it
Did you ask first?
there. I don't think so.
Forgiveness instead of permission, Erica.
That's what we live by.
Do sheep have rectangle eyes like goats do? Or peoples or whatever they're called?
I never got that close to look.
Have you ever looked at a goat's eyes?
No.
Come here, look at this. No, a goat's eyes are rectangles.
Is this rooster nice?
I did not even know that.
Cowboy Max, we're thinking of you right now. Right here.
Yes.
This is your next herd. This is your northern herd right here.
They're so cute.
Do they not have the big blue silos down in Texas anymore? The harvest stores?
No, I mean, we don't have silos like that.
You can put the window down.
Oh, that went down a whole lot faster though.
It's never coming. It's never coming up, Cody. Okay.
So how long has this one been here? Y'all just built this one 10 or 15 years ago or something?
1999, I think.
Okay.
I could be totally wrong.
Does it get power washed out after every group comes through?
No, just at the end. And it takes about 10 minutes to milk each time.
So how long does it, y'all milk twice a day?
3 times.
So 15 hours a day you're milking?
Yeah.
If you do it 3 times?
Yeah, I think we only get to fill this one. That's just for like that. Or if we have extra.
So this one's empty right now?
Yeah.
So how many times do they pick up? Do they pick up twice or 3 times a day? Or-
Once a day in the
So,
morning.
so 3 milks will fill this tank up?
I think so. I don't know if it goes all the way. But,
157. What's that? The number. It goes up to 157. That's a very specific number.
It says in JoJo's area, she's the...
I'll show you. It's hard to explain. Then we have our fresh cows, which are fresh things to have babies.
Smells like sweet pea.
Is that a back over there, Grace? Or a Peterbilt?
Great line.
Is it?
God, Cody, you didn't even guess
Based on the caption.
correct at all.
Are we gonna have to go over there and look at it?
It could all be wrong.
Looky here. All the way to New York.
Oh, look! Yeah.
Those are the same water troughs we use.
Yep.
But we don't have heaters in ours. Y'all probably have heaters in y'all's, don't you? To keep them from freezing. You don't know.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. When we clean them, they're not clean. We need to get rid of that headlock. And then all the groups will walk up through this alley and go into the building. And then when they leave, they go on the sides and they come out through here. And then that leads to our bigger cow barn, but we'll go on the other side.
Yeah. So you've been on this tour before.
Yes.
How is JoJo doing compared to Claudia so far?
JoJo's standing right in front of me, so JoJo's doing better.
But they're both going to see this video.
Yeah, but JoJo's the one right here in front of me right now. And Claudia's not here, and I won't see
And
her
she could have
until-
been. She could have been.
She could have
But
been.
she left us.
She left.
So,
Don't forget
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Auto car.
Grace doesn't care.
We all lost.
Is that what it says on the...
Yeah.
That's what I guess.
What is it?
That was my guess.
That,
Nobody heard
oh,
me.
yeah. I mean,
I never heard you
I
say
guessed
it.
in my head.
Never heard it.
Oh, I guessed it. I promise.
So this is almost like a thistle like we have.
Yeah, it is.
Don't walk through it. They feel like this is too.
I think it is. Looks like the same thing.
No, it's got a different seat head on it.
Yeah, there's no.
JoJo, you...
What's a while? How are you going to tell us a while?
They're pumping all the time.
What kind of tour is this?
The best tour of our lives.
Yes!
You're doing a great job.
Look, I'm really jealous of your camera.
I know. What
I
you're
have to
talking
hit pause, stop, to turn the camera back around.
about. Oh yeah, but I
Yeah,
can't
you can
see myself though.
Oh yeah.
You could do that.
I guess I
too.
could just. Cody does that all the time.
So when you vaccinate them, can you know how long, what's the withdrawal on that? So is it not, wouldn't it be easier just to give it to them when they're in the stanchions getting milk? And then, so like if I gotta give this cow a shot, I gotta walk through here and find 5733, and then I just stand behind her and give her a shot, catch her head, or position and soccer court.
I'm going.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Playing some tennis court. We have a guy named Mike who does most of it. but
Full
my
time.
dad does it.
Holy crap, this place is huge. I want it.
Man, he's got a whole pile of airplanes back here, doesn't he?
Oh, wow. I didn't hear about the airplanes, so tell me what.
So JoJo said that her granddad flew airplanes, so that's one of the reasons they built this barn this big. Is so
Oh, for airplanes.
it's an
Okay.
airplane hangar.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
This is so cool.
Look at this thing. That's neat.
Oh, there's another one right here.
Yeah, there's two of them.
Yeah. Too cool.
Hey, Cody,
Yes, sir.
you ever seen a side hill combine?
A what?
A side hill combine? See
Oh,
how
yes.
it's sitting up? The hills are so steep, it's basically got hydraulic rams on both tires.
So you can
So
level
when
the
it's-
tires to drive, or?
Well, it levels the machine, so the tires will be sitting sideways on the hill, but the machine will be sitting vertical, or,
Right.
flat. That way, everything that shakes it, it doesn't throw it to
That
the
is
side of the
cool.
machine.
And then the head will tilt also to.
The head stays with the ground, but the guts and everything
Gotcha.
will turn to stay right perfectly up and down.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
We don't have these. in
No,
Missouri.
no need
We
for
don't
that
have
at all.
these, Yeah.
Yeah.
This
And
is
it's
awesome.
airplane?
Two of them.
Two of them.
So did your granddad? He just like to fly, just like if he wanted to go somewhere, he just jump in his plane and
Yeah.
go, or?
Yep. We have a runway right behind here.
So have you rode in both of these planes?
I haven't. Evelyn has. She was like 3 though.
So he had quit flying by the time y'all came around?
Yeah, he couldn't really see anymore, so we were like, yeah, I'm okay. I don't really want to go in the air.
What did it say on there? Chrysler. This is Blanche's older cousin.
The popcorn farmer is in.
This is where all the old farm equipment comes to die, except for the cutters, huh? This is where all the old stuff comes to die?
Pretty much. Yeah, well,
August or September. It's weird seeing full bunks this time of year.
So what else do y'all chop besides corn?
hay and beef.
So what do you do when you got everything in the ground? That's when you work on all the broke stuff, or you just come up here and hang out, huh?
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, they blows heat through the middle and just like fast tracks and sears it. It'll fall down the edge and then come in the trough and then go back.
The
in
corn
bag.
does?
Yeah.
Or-
So you can do corn like that. Lots of people do corn like that. Not very many people do.
But this is for wheat then, huh?
Yeah, is it wheat or?
I like how the boys are just taking their own tour, trying to figure things out on their own since the
Yeah.
tour guide is kind of, you know.
Whoa. The cafe.
We have the best tour guide ever, I promise.
Joe, you ever come? You can't hardly dig through.
Okay, y'all, we're entering the haunted barn.
It's solid rock.
Maybe not. Maybe we're just looking at through it.
How'd they get that baby up there? I guess you could come in.
How cool. It does look like a haunted barn.
I know, it's scary. When the breaker goes off, we have to go in here, and it's so scary.
It's just like an old
It's on the above-
deserted
it's on the ground level on the.
barn.
Yeah, pretty much.
Babe, this is very scary in here, okay?
This is the haunted
Yes.
haunted barn.
So
Yeah.
if you think you can handle it, go on in.
All right. Well,
Go ahead.
so how come you don't use this for your calf barn?
It needs a little remodeling.
Yeah.
They filmed a couple scary movies.
It's pretty cool in here, though. I mean, I bet it was. I mean,
I know it does.
are these your favorite kind of huts? I looked at a couple of different kinds when we were walking around the farm show. You don't like them at all? You just rather be like this?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. So was it your granddad that started this, or your great granddad?
My grandfather was.
That's what Cat Williams.
This is the best part, y'all. The best part.
Who's Black Baby? But it's white.
Oh my goodness, y'all are so cute. You're getting milk in her hair.
These are eating steers?
And the ones down, the ones down here are way better.
Thank goodness for Gavin.
So,
Oh, you're right. I'm with you. Oh gosh, you're adorable.
oh, okay.
It's hard to say.
I know. I think I'm a Jersey person. I'm with you.
This is not my barn, it's my barn. Like, stories.
Yeah.
Lot cleaner.
Okay.
That was cute.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
You want to film you?
Maybe. Hey. 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 Oh, what are you doing? He's like, what are you? She's like, I don't have anything though. I don't have anything. I want to see one of
Look
these.
different in person.
Yes.
So typically, how many calves do y'all have on hand? About this many?
Hey. 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 Hey.
And y'all feed them twice a day, 3 times a day?
Oh no! Did you do that? Who did
You
that?
were the only one over there. Don't lie.
Gosh.
You better catch it.
Cody, you better
He's
wrestle
gonna get away.
it. You better go wrestle it.
Come here, buddy.
Wrestle it. Save the day. Okay, or just lead it back in the pen. That was not climatic.
I'm a professional cattle wrestler, man. It's that easy. And you're a pro.
He's a professional.
He knows now, so
Got it figured out.
yeah.
Okay, well,
If we walk away, he won't.
Yeah.
well, he was holding my hand. And then he's like,
Hey, little guy. Hey. Hey. He's like, do you have anything for me? Do you have anything for me?
Y'all
Huh?
send them.
You have anything for
Y'all
me?
only keep the heifers here? Or I guess there's a few steers in
Yeah,
here.
so when they get 3 months old, we send them to the other barn. And that's when they go to the
What's up?
fence.
What's happening?
They'll stay over there for like another month or 2, and then they'll go to that barn.
Okay. So what about the bull cats? When do they? The
I'm just
heifer calves
teasing
go to
them.
The other farm
It's
to grow
rude.
it, and the bull calves.
It works out pretty well. We breed mostly leads right now. So see a lot of them. I'm surprised the price and stuff.
Right.
Where are you guys from?
Central Texas.
Okay. You guys have cows?
Yes, we've got Dorper sheep, and then we trade, buy and sell cattle. So
Okay.
we don't keep any mama cattle.
They really like your shirt.
It's made from hemp.
Okay, so when the tassels shoot out, there's pollen that comes off that tassel, it falls down. There's some on the leaf here, but it hits these silks. So these silks are brown and dead now because it's pollinated the ears, but they'll be alive and green. There's still some with some life in them. But every single
Don't tell Tim this.
every single kernel has a silk running to it. So that pollen hits that silk. It's like a fallopian tube, or however you say that word. This pollen travels down that tube and hits that kernel. You can see that little bump where it was connected. Once it pollinates, that kernel starts to grow and the silk detaches. So if you shake your ear, the silks that are falling off, that's because they've pollinated. There's still a couple on here. You can see dead ones that didn't catch any pollen. They're just kind of scattered around, but for the most part, the weather must have been good because corn
Interesting.
looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So how many rows are on a ear of corn?
So around, that's a good question. Around, it's always an even number. It could be 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. It will never be an odd number. And then length, anywhere between 30 and 50, depending on the hybrid, how thick it's planted. But yeah, it'll always be an even number around.
Now I did learn about how the water droplets travel through the corn from like leaf to leaf.
Yep, the leaf catches
Yeah.
the rain, it hits the stalk, and then it just slides down. So the rain will hit the base of the
Yeah.
plant and go straight to the roots.
That is too cool.
So for the folks in Central Texas, so Mr. Tim told us that this is not his best corn crop. He's kind of disappointed in it. And any farmer in Central Texas would love to have a crop like this right now.
Yes.
So that's neat to see the difference in the way farmers view their crops and their yields based on
Where you're at.
where you're at. Yeah, I mean, this would be a bumper crop where we're at. And
You guys have sweet corn?
a few people plant it just for eating, not many fields of sweet corn. Most of ours is just feed corn. So do y'all have much trouble with people
This is not sweet corn.
coming by and pilfering your...
If you had listened to old girl, she told us the difference between sweet corn and field corn the other day.
Coming in and just filling their baskets and taking it home with them, or?
Not with this stuff. We have some at our house that just the raccoons get it.
But y'all don't have people stopping on the side of the road picking corn and driving off?
No.
What is Inogen?
Snakes in New York.
They don't have poisonous
Kind
snakes
of takes
here?
the fun out of it.
So we don't have to worry about rattlesnakes or anything in here.
You got to deal with a lot of rattlesnakes?
We have a few. I mean, they're not like looking
We
to
haven't
kill
had
you
a
all
lot
the
at our
time.
house in a while.
You all have Queen Anne's lace?
No? No? Is that what that is? Queen Anne's lace.
Queen Anne's lace or
That's very pretty. This is the prettiest barn
This has got a
ever.
parlor in it.
Does it?
Or it's got, I mean, it's got stalls or whatever that is. That what do you call? Is a parlor where you milk or?
Yes.
Cody's trying to break
I mean, they
in.
put in a pile of windows in this baby.
I know.
So this is somebody's old dairy and then they do off the farm.
Claudia, this is proof that she took us to the biggest field. She
So
was
what
like,
kind of hay
make
did
sure
they-
she
did
takes
you
you to the
plant
biggest
here?
field.
Probably be alfalfa.
Alfalfa and Timothy
So will you harvest it this year, or will it be for next year?
next year.
I don't know. This one's mine. So, okay, soybeans are awesome. All these little bumps. These are like on Finding Nemo, you know, the sea anemone and the fish, how they work together. These little bumps are not actually part of the soybean plant, but these fix nitrogen. So they're like its own living, breathing thing. So this makes nitrogen for the soybean, and then it takes something from the soybean from the leaves. But they work together like the sea anemone and Finding Nemo. And that's why you don't have to put nitrogen on soybeans. You only have to put nitrogen on corn. And then your beans obviously can have 2 or 3 pods. You see them all peppered up through here. And I'm guessing it works the same in New York, but they'll constantly flower and put on new beans. But the cool thing about soybeans is you can almost tell what the weather was as you look further up the plant. It's been dry, so there's only 2 or 3 beans hanging off of every node up through here. But you can see where there's a bunch of these flowers that died off. If the weather is good or they got a big rain shower, whichever node is throwing pods on, whenever you get a bunch of rain, it'll throw 4 or 5 different beans on there. So you can kind of tell what the weather was like as you follow up the bean plant.
That's pretty neat.
And then if they're really healthy, they'll throw out beans on the side and they'll put pods on over here. But if it's really dry year, they'll only throw beans on the main stem. So
Interesting.
beans do really good in Missouri compared to corn, because corn has to have perfect year round. Well, beans, if you catch rain, it'll just throw more pods on. So they're really resilient. I love
So
soybeans.
these don't mature and fall off the ones
We
that
know.
come on first?
Correct. Yeah. So these will just grow into big fat beans, and then up at the top it'll still be putting new ones on, and eventually, so they get mature based on daylight. So when the days get so short, the bean plant knows, oh crap, I got to hurry up and finish up. It's going to turn into winter. So it'll hurt whatever is on there. It'll basically shut itself off and make sure all the beans stay mature. If you plant them really, really late, they'll get frosted out, and you won't have a very good crop. So we luck out in Missouri. We try to plant them as soon as possible, so it just continuously throws on more pods all summer. The more daylight you have, the better your bean crop will be.
So how much water do soybeans take? Do they need a lot of water?
As much as you can give them, I guess. As long as it doesn't go over the plant and drown it, it'll suck it up.
Very cool.
Yes. I mean, it may not be the same as what y'all call it.
This allergy, I hate that.